So today we will look at the second part of the combinatorial circuits. So we will see four experiments. The first experiment will be full adder implementation using standard gates. And then we would follow that by full adder implementation using multiplexer. And then we'll compare these two to see how efficient and better the multiplexer implementation, full adder implementation using multiplexer is. And then we will also look at two complicated, rather complex functions of ICs we are very commonly used. One such IC is 74LS138, which is an 8 to 1 decoder. It is very commonly used in microprocessor systems for address decoding, and we will look at that, and that will give a good idea about a very commonly used decoder circuit. And finally, we will look at even more popular and commonly used decoder, which is 7447 BCD to 7-segment decoder, which is actually used in all digital displays. So that's what we will see today. So let's look at the experiments. Now here also once again we would use logic probe circuit as we used in the other part of the combinational circuit. So both for finding what we are giving at the input logic as well as the logic we are getting at the output, we will be using a logic probe circuit using 74LS04 and also an LED. So the first one we are going to do will be a full adder using standard gates. So as you can see, the full adder, if you implement using standard gates, you need two exclusive OR gates, and you would need two AND gates, and finally you would need one OR gate. So let's test it. And so what we will do now is we will apply right now. What we have done here is we have the switches here which would give you the inputs here, and then we also they will show you what are the input states, and then finally we have two LEDs here. The first LED is that of the sum and the second one is that of the carry. So what we have done here is we have three ICs. Mind you, because we are using standard gates, you need to use three ICs, one for exclusive OR, one for AND, and the third one for OR. So you need a 7486, you need a 7408 and a 7432. So what we have done is the outputs, the sum output is put there, and the carry also is put on the for the logic probe. So let's see now. So what we have done now is we have applied 001. So we can see that you are getting a sum 1 and a carry 0. Now let us make it 110. So you'll see that 1 you would see that your carry is now 1, but the sum is 0. Now if I make all ones, you would see that both carry and sum are 1. So in between you can use all other input functions. You can put all the 8 possibilities, and you would get the sum and carry. So this is basically we have used three standard ICs to implement this. Now the next experiment which we are going to do, what we would do is we would use full adder. We will implement it using 4 to 1 multiplexers. Now what we have here is 74153, a dual 4 to 1 multiplexer. So this particular IC has two multiplexers inside, two 4 to 1 multiplexers inside, and both of them share the same address inputs or the select inputs, and then it has separate data inputs which are C0, C1, C2 and C3. To distinguish between these two multiplexers, you have one of them is written 1 CO, 1 C0, 1 C1, 1 C2 and 1 C3. The second one is written as 2 C0, 2 C1, 2 C2 and 2 C3. So looking at the function table of this particular multiplexer, what you see is that you have this B and A are the select inputs, or sometimes called the address inputs. B is the MSB and A is the LSB. The data inputs go from C0 to C3. Now you see that there is a strobe which is actually used for cascading and kind of other applications. So what happens is, if strobe is kept high, irrespective of whatever is your select or the data inputs, you would see that the output, Y output or the output of the multiplexer will be low or 0. So you need to keep the strobe low all the time, then only the other functions come into picture. So what we have done is, we have actually written to implement the full adder using a 74153 multiplexer. What we have done is, you have written here the truth table. So X, Y are the inputs here. So X is connected to B, which is MSB. A is connected to the second variable, which is Y, and Z. Since you are using a 4-to-1 multiplexer, you would see that the data inputs will have there will be functions of Z, and then you have sum and carry. So the two outputs of the multiplexer are brought here, 1Y and 2Y. So I have written here the sum, the corresponding data inputs, C0, C1, C2 and C3, which you can get from the truth table. So C0 would be Z for the sum, C1 will be Z bar, C2 also will be Z bar, and C3 will be from Z, which you can get from the truth table. And similarly for the carry output, you can verify that C0, you can see for both the C0, when both B and A are 0, you can see that the carry output is 0. So therefore C0 is 0. You can go to the final one, you see that when both are 1, which corresponds to C3, you see that in both cases it is 1. So the interesting thing to notice here is, you need, strictly speaking, you need two ICs. The second inverter is used to invert this function Z. But assuming that you have both true and complement already available, in which case you will need only one IC, the 74153. So you will see that from the wiring also, you would see that this first three ICs is basically implementation of the the adder using standard gates. You can compare that with these two. So this is the 74153 multiplexer, and this is the NOT gate. You can see the wiring, amount of wiring is so less, and also it's much more reliable and efficient. So once again, so let me change the connections and change it to the multiplexer. So let me, so now we are connected it to the multiplexer. So let me make all the inputs 0. So you can see that when all the inputs are 0, you would see that the both sum and carry are 0. So if I make the one of the inputs 1, like last case, you see that sum is 1, and if I make let's say another 1, you would see that your carry is 1 but sum is 0, and for all of them when it is made 1, you would see that both carry and both carry and sum are logical high. So this is just to illustrate that when you use a multiplexer to implement the full adder, you see that the circuit is much better. So what we have done here is, we have shared the switches, input switches between both of them to reduce wiring, and also we have used the logic pro for both the cases. So this is just to illustrate how you would implement a full adder using a multiplexer. Now the next circuit which we want to see, the third one we want to see, is a very popular decoder, an address decoder IC, which is 74LS138, which is an 8-to-1 decoder demultiplexer. So what we have here is, if you look at the logic diagram, you would see that from the logic diagram you see that you have these three inputs A2, A1, A0. So A2 is the MSB and A0 is the LSB. So what we see here is that you have 8 outputs here going from O0 to O7, and one important thing to notice here is these are active low outputs, because you can see the output is using NAND gates, so they are active low outputs. So which means when that particular decoder output is selected, that particular output will be 0. So for example, if A2 and A1 and A0 are all 0, then you will see that provided these three enable inputs are also active. For example, you have three enable inputs. So one is E1 bar, meaning to enable this need to be kept 0. E2 bar, that also need to be kept 0, and E3, that need to be kept high. So if these are kept as 0, 0, 1, and then after that if you choose the whatever address you choose here, going from all zeros to all 1, the corresponding the output will be chosen. For example, if A2, A1 and A0 are 0, then O0 output will be low. Similarly, if all of them are 1, then O7 output will be low and all others will be high. So let's take another example. Let's assume that A2 is 1 and A1 and A0 are both 0, in which case O4, that corresponds to decimal 4, so O4 output will be low and all others will be high. So this is an extremely useful IC and a very, very popular IC. So this is just to illustrate an 8 to 1 decoder. Let me just show you and let's just illustrate the decoder, how it works there. So what I've done now is, right now I have chosen, let me choose, yeah. So what I have done now is I have chosen all the decoder, we have wired it here, and what we have done is we have connected LEDs at the output of the decoder. All this O0 to O7 LEDs are connected here. So the corresponding output wherever it's active, an LED will glow. So what we are seeing here is corresponding to all ones here, you can see the inputs are all high. Corresponding to that, the O7 output would light up, or that is active. Now what I have done now is basically I have now done the so this what I have done is the MSB is now 0 and you have the other two are 1. So therefore what you have is 1 1, which corresponds to 3. So the first one is O0, O1, O2, O3 is has lit up. So now if I choose, let's say right now it is at least 0 1 1. Let me make 0 0 1. So you can see that when I choose 0 0 1, the second output, which is O1, has lit up. If I make all 0, you can see that the last one, or the O0 output lights up. So this just to illustrate how the 74LS 138 decoder works. So we'll go to the last one, the last decoder, which is extremely important and a very commonly used decoder, which is a BCD to 7-segment decoder. Now in a BCD, as you know, BCD stands for binary coded decimal. Now binary, you have for example decimal digits go from 0 to 9. So in order to represent all the numbers, decimal numbers going from 0 to 9, you need 4 bits. But 4 bits can go all the way to 15, but that is not decimal. Therefore this word BCD. So in BCD you have only 4 bits, but you have only going from 0 0 0 0, which is 0, to decimal 9, which is 1 0 0 1. So decimal 8 will be 1 0 0 0. So you will have only from 0 to 9. Now the remaining ones are actually binary, but they are not required. So in a 7 segment decoder, which we all of us are familiar with, any clock kind of a display or LED, for example even a calculator, we are all familiar with the 7 segment LEDs. Now the 7 segment LEDs, they are named like this. The top one is called A, segment A. Then you have on the right side you have B, C, D on the bottom. Then E on the left side, F also on the left side. Then the one in the middle, G, is the last one. So if you're talking about number 8, then all will be lit up. If you're talking about number 0, then you would see that except G, all will light up. So what this particular 7447, the BCD to 7 segment decoder, what it does is, you can see that it has outputs going all the way. You have all the outputs here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All the 7 segments are coming here. You have VCC and ground, and you have some other inputs. We will not worry much about it, but LT is for what is called lamp testing, and BI is for for inhibiting and ripple blank output and so on. So these you can see here these 4 BCD inputs, or DCBA. You can see all of them. So let us look at the function table to understand how they work. So what we have here is the inputs. Okay, the BCD inputs are DCBA. D is the MSB and A is the LSB. So you can see that here in this function table, they are given all possibilities going from 0 all the way to 15, all of them. But as we said, in decimal, we use only from 0 to 9. But what happens is, in these decoders, if you give a number outside, if you give a binary outside 9, like 10 or 11, for example 10, if you give 1010, then some segments will glow up, and both of they are not used, but the decoder would just glow up. So right now what we have done here is just we have used the same the kind of an arrangement here. So we have essentially 3 the 4 switches here. So you can see that right now I have chosen all of them are 0. So this corresponds to the first one, and you would see that except G, all functions are glowing. We can see that here. So what I want to do now is, let me now make it 1. So you can see that we have given there 0, 0, 0, 1, and corresponding to that 1 is coming. Now let me choose 2, which is 0, 0, 1, 0. So this is 0, 0, 1, 0. You can see that 2 lights up. So just only the corresponding segments will light up. Now let me use it 3, which is 0, 0, 1, 1. You can see 3 comes up. Now let me give 1, 0, 0. So this is 1, 0, 0, which corresponds to 4. And then 1, 0, 1, which is 5. Then 1, 1, 0, which is 6. And then 1, 1, 1, which is 7. And then I would use now, let me first of all, you can see that according to this, if all are 1, according to this particular decoder, then you can see all of them are off, which we are seeing here. But what I want to do is, let's look at 8, what will happen. So 8, you can see it's coming well, and 9 means 1, 0, 0, 1, 9. Now if I make it 1, 0, 1, 0, you can see some displays come, which actually is specified as per the function table, but these are not used. So this is just to illustrate an extremely commonly used 7-segment decoder, how it works. So this is very useful whenever you have a decimal output from a counter. For example, like in a watch, a digital clock. In a digital clock, what happens is the counters would be counting from either a 24-hour clock or kind of from the 12-hour clock with an AM and PM. So in those kind of scenario, you use counters what are called BCD counters, and their outputs you will have this kind of a decoder, so that the corresponding time, let's say if it is seconds, it can be displayed. So you might have seen in your calculator there are 10 digits. So what they would do is instead of using 10 decoders, they would use one decoder and they might multiplex. But let's not worry about it. This just to illustrate how a BCD to 7 segment decoder works. So that way we have now seen all the major kind of commonly used combinational circuits going all the way from simple gates to very complex combination circuits like BCD to 7 segment decoder. I don't know whether you noticed something interesting. In this particular experiment, we did not use an external power supply. We actually used a power bank to power the entire circuit. So you can see that therefore testing digital circuits is easy when you actually use a power bank which gives you 5 volt. So thank you for listening.